I'm Joe Chambers. My wife Kate and I joined Nativity about 15 years ago. We were drawn to the traditional, beautiful worship services, and then really were made to feel welcome and at home by a lot of the members of the congregation. That's really what sealed it and showed us that, this was where we needed to be. We were almost immediately embraced by Morris Slingluff and Brenda and Lamar Ortega and William and Sharon Nichols and lots of others, and really made to feel at home, and we've been here ever since. I would describe Nativity as a relatively small church, but diverse and very inclusive. We're welcoming to anyone, and I think we have a tradition of beautiful music and worship services and service to the community. The worship on Sunday mornings during the Eucharist, it's very centering for me. I feel like I can see what's important more clearly after that, and I think getting down on your knees in church, it can be humbling, and I think it makes me that's really where I find God. My thoughts on stewardship have changed over the years. Was raised to think that it was your duty to tithe, that was what you were supposed to do. And that was pretty much it. It was just what you were supposed to do. Over time, I think I've realized that with both money and time and effort, all these things that you give to the church are a form of worship. And that it's your privilege really to be able to do that. And so I've gotten away from thinking about it as, gosh, this is what I'm supposed to do, and more into, I get to do this. This is, my way of serving God. Kate and I's approach to stewardship has changed over the years a little bit, in that we, for a while, we would pledge, and then our giving would be a little bit haphazard, because we would either forget to write the check one month, or we would not be there for a few Sundays because we were out of town, and then we would be catching up at the end of the year, and so that's being more deliberate about it has been one of the focuses, trying to really make sure that we were doing it in a consistent way, and then also there's the newer tools have helped us in that we've, being able to set it up so that it online so that it happens automatically has been a real help for us, and I wish we had done that sooner. I would recommend that to anyone who is thinking about pledging. That would be the next step after you turn in your pledge card, is go set up the automatic deposit. It will make it so much easier, and frankly, it will hold you accountable. To me, the financial stewardship is important. There's other ways to contribute to the church, and I think people should look at it in that manner as well. You have time, you have talents, you have abilities, you have funds, you have money, and so there's different ways to do that. And if we all contributed more of all of those things to the church, what would this church look like? We would have more funds to, do more, support more outreach programs, but we also would have more volunteers at those outreach programs, or we would have, more funds to support children's activities, something near and dear to my family right now. But we'd also have more people involved, and what I find is that I'm coming and I'm going to make sure my kids are at the children's activities that I'm teaching or that I am working, and so that's important. I also think it shows my kids right now where our priorities lay. Where you, what's important to you right now, and if you're only, if we only show up on Sunday mornings and for an hour, and we, are not paying attention during the week to our, whether it's our funds or how we're spending our money and what we could be doing at the church, I think maybe we're not acting the way we should be. So I think we could certainly grow in a lot of different areas, and I think people should consider stewardship in different ways, both financially, which is certainly important and we need that, but also with their time and talents. The first thing I would recommend to someone who has not pledged in the past is to think hard about what's the minimum amount that you feel like you can give. I think even if you pledge just that amount, and if that's the concern, I don't want to pledge and then not be able to fulfill it, which I've certainly felt before. Doing any pledge, helps the church, because having been on vestry and seen how budgets are made, we can't budget without knowing what people expect to give, and so you're giving advance notice to the folks that are setting the operations of the church for the next year, and then you're also committing to that for yourself, which creates, to me, an expectation. I certainly want to fulfill my pledges, and so if you make that, I think it's a great first step to actually getting you to give to the church. We are Nativity together.